Hello, what's up everybody? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are having a lot of fun with Relink because I sure as hell am. So I'm just gonna try and round out as much as I can because this is gonna be unscripted. I'm just gonna say the shit out of the top of my head. And yeah, this is for YouTube what I think about Relink. As supposedly GBF vet, because I've been playing this game for playing the OG game for almost 10 years now. By August this year, I'll be playing the game for 10 years basically. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting this game since they announced it and since the time they fucking showed us the very first demo as well. I was excited as hell. And yeah, let's talk about this. I'm not sure how long is this video gonna take. I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but I doubt it because I actually do want to eat. And it's already been I've been streaming for 12 hours straight already. I've been playing this game a lot, okay? As you can see, I'm a Percival main. For anyone's wondering, I've been 100% Percival, and well, I guess it's not really 100% Percival enjoyer. I did play other characters a little bit. I think you can check it here. There, I've been playing him for 338 times. I use Potato, and then yeah, MC, you don't really count that, right? But mostly Percival, right? So I'm a full-blown Percival enjoyer when I'm playing Relink. God knows why though. God knows why. I've been playing for 80 hours, more or less. I've been playing this game a lot, and it's been almost a week already. So yeah, I think I kind of figured it's the time to talk about it. So first and foremost, I guess we got to talk about the story, right? What do I think about the story? I enjoyed it. I think the story is just pretty much it feels very close to how a typical. Okay, maybe typical is not a right word. More like a very enjoyable anniversary event that we usually see in the OG Granblue, that is. That's how I feel that I took from the story in Relink. It really just feels a lot like that. I'm trying to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. But I think if you're wondering about the endgame stuff later, I'm going to talk about. Yeah, it's probably good. If you're not into that, probably you want to skip this. But yeah, story is just he has it's just basically the main party, and then they're gonna do stuff because they just got trapped in this skydom and stuff, and they're gonna do a lot of stuff. Then they're gonna help them, the people, blah blah blah, the shit. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. It's very GBF kind of story. I enjoyed it, but if a person that is probably not a GBF, the OG GBF Andy, they might not like it at all. They might not even care too much. They're probably just playing the game as if to just enjoy the end game, because the end game is kind of fun. We'll get to that later. All right. Yeah. So moving on with the story, we go to the music. The music is fucking nice. There's a lot of banger songs in this game, and I fucking love it. There's a lot of songs that we all know. Stella Magna, they composed as well. Those songs are fucking amazing, right? It fucking hits hard, man. It was dude, it was giving me goosebumps, man, at that time when a certain boss appeared. That shit was fucking nuts. But I think sometimes, I think I mentioned this in the first impressions too, the sound can kind of be really loud, because it is still relatively loud, even though I reduced the volume quite a bit already. it's still there. Yeah, it's still very, very apparent. Other than that, there's really not much else for me to say. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will really like the music as well, because I think the music is probably one of the biggest upside for this game as well. Other than that, I guess graphics, right? I think I mentioned before, it's okay for me. I guess it's okay, but I think to me, I feel the main reason why it also looks like this is it makes it a lot easier for them to optimize the game so there's not much shit happening, because when you're fighting and all that stuff, your 4-man party is gonna be super hectic, really, really hectic, right? And with all that shit happening, I can totally understand the whole the way the game is look like, especially the backgrounds and all that stuff, right? Everything about it, to me, it could have been better, honestly. Yeah, to me, it could have been a little bit better, a little bit more, maybe more cel shaded in some way or something, I don't know. Yeah, but overall, I think the looks is okay for me. I don't really care too much about it, especially with so much shit happening. To me, it's fine. Moving on to the gameplay. Like I said in the first impressions, I think the gameplay is fucking fantastic. And then now that I've played all the way till basically the end, I did all the side quests already. Like not the side quests as in the missions or whatever, but like the actual quest. I did everything already all the way to the end. I definitely enjoyed the gameplay a lot, especially with like the insane amount of characters that we have. We have like 20 and we soon to have +2 soon. All right, we have so many characters to choose from, and like despite me only using Percival most of the time, I've tried some of the others. I definitely did. I just couldn't level them all the way because, you know, I'm forced to only min-max one guy. I've tried a lot. I tried Vayne. I tried Zeta. I tried Fairy. I tried Vaseraga. I tried Eugen. Yeah, I tried Eugen. I tried Rosetta as well a little bit. Yeah, so I tried a few. But at the same time, it's like just looking at their skill set and stuff, you can definitely see like a lot of the characters in this game is pretty much viable in a way. They are not like dog shit unusable character. I think that's one of the biggest win in this game can be. So it's like, because like I feel like a game like this, a lot of people would just want to use like their favorite character and just go along with it, right? And they fucking nailed that thing. I think that's really fucking good. Like a lot of the characters are just straight up like they can be really, really strong in their whatever they are trying to do. You know, take like a Fairy, right? Fairy is like straight up like a summoner, right? But she has like so much shit that she can do. She has insane debuffs. She has good buffs, and she has a lot of good nukes, that a lot of hits that you can also make use of, like having like a combo booster, all that shit to just increase the amount of damage that you can, just to get just get her to pop off basically, right? So like, yeah, there's that too. Then you have like Eugen, you can just put in a lot of like extra damage, big nukes or whatever shit, a lot of range attacks or whatever stuff. Yeah, it's just amazing, you know? Like every single character, I feel like they can be really, really strong in its own way. But at the same time, I feel like there's probably some characters maybe a little bit higher than the rest, basically based on specific missions, right? So like, for example, our resident favorite raid of all, Griffin HL or whatever you want to call it. Everyone loves that shit. It's a meme, right? We all love that thing. So obviously, like bosses like that, if you have Eugen or Rakam, probably is going to be like super easy, and you could just have like consistent damage all around, right? I think even though I meme that Rakam is probably going to be shit in the demo or whatever, but like you can actually kind of see him pop off as well. You can see some good customization and shit for him. We're gonna get to that later, okay? So yeah, like I feel like a lot of characters here, like so far on release, I don't think there's like any of them are really like super crap, you know? I think they all can pop off in their own way. Maybe not, like I said, not as much as like some characters maybe, you know, but like I'm pretty sure there's so many fucking Narus in the game though. Holy shit. There's way too many fucking Narus in the game. But you know, it is what it is, right? People want to choose the character they like to play and main on, right? So it's kind of obvious, right? So there's that. So like, I know a lot of people are probably going to ask this as well, like, is it worth to use like a specific character to unlock during story campaign or whatever? I just say just pick whatever fuck you want, man. Because at the end of the day, it's just best you pick the character that you want to play and you want to focus on. Just stick with it, right? Yeah, just do that. Honestly, I think there's no downside to that. I did that too, and it's still fine. Obviously, I can see the reason why you want to keep until the end of the campaign, because you have basically free mastery, but you're gonna get that done very, very easily anyway, so who fucking cares, right? So that's why like a lot of times you're just better off just picking the character that you like and you want to stick with it. Sure, by all means, you get a lot of basically the in order for you to get the other characters, you need to get the crewmate card thing that you get quite a bit like in the early game anyway, so you can just use several just to test around and shit. So it's like, yeah, You know, you can just do that and it's gonna be fine. And seriously, it's fine. Don't listen to the people that just gatekeep you and say, oh no, you must only do it after the campaign or some shit. Nah, fuck those guys, man. Just play however fuck you want. Just enjoy it however you will, and I don't think it's a bad thing either. I love the characters, man. The character roster is massive. I didn't think it would be this massive, to be honest with you. Because, usually they only show like a few characters or some shit, like during the last few years or something. They only show like the few characters. I wasn't really expecting to actually have like 20, and then we're gonna have like Siete and Song soon in the upcoming months, because it's supposed to be a free DLC, right? Yeah, the character roster is amazing. You can pick however fuck you want to play around with it. It's amazing, right? This is the part I probably want to emphasize more. This is the next part. Customization. We all know how customization in GBF works, right? In the OG, for those who are very familiar. And for those who are new, if you're not familiar, it's just fucking confusing. We all know that the weapon grid and stuff, that thing is like a fucking major put off for a lot of people, because it's very, very confusing. And a lot of people do not know how the shit works. We all don't like that. I honestly don't like that either. But like, they made it to the point that it's so much easier to digest in this game, to the point that it makes it even way better in terms of like, I feel like the whole customizing your particular favorite character or whatever that you're using. The customization is fucking massive, man. There's so many layers to this. So for those who didn't know, like the characters, that in order for you to customize, not only you start off, you have multiple weapons, right? You have so many different weapons you can choose from, right? There's so many weapons. And then each weapons you can also get like plus 99 to get extra stats on it, which is the same as the OG GBF as well. I kind of wish that plus 90, the plus marks can be put on the character itself, just like in the OG game as well. I was hoping that way too, but oh well, it is what it is, right? We got the brand new supposedly the weapon skills that is supposed to mimic the weapon skills that we had in the OG, right? So in the form of sigils, right? This sigils has crazy amount of stuff that you can do on each different character. But to be fair, a lot of times I feel like end of the day, a lot of the characters are probably going to use maybe more or less the same setup, but just maybe a little different tweaking. They're probably going to use the crab thing. They're probably going to use damage cap for obvious reasons. They're probably going to use like maybe supplemental, the war elemental thing, maybe some tyrannies crit, more or less it's the same, but like there's so much shit that you can do to get like the ones that you want, because that's a lot of grind. You want to customize your character like crazy. You have a lot of stuff to farm for. I'm not even close to done yet. I'm sure you guys can probably see from here, like I have still a lot of stuff I need to do. My sigils for damage cap is fucking crap. I still need better ones. Like what the fuck is like improve healing, man. Login, dude, with damage cap. Yeah, I still can't level them just because they're all shit. I just can't yet. Oh well. But yeah, you have the sigils, and then you have your own actual skill tree, right? And then this skill tree thing is in the form of masteries. So you have like basically this whole thing. You have offense. Yeah, this is the offense. It's really long. You can level them all very, very easily anyway. So you have that, and then you have the defense as well. So you basically get a lot of HP, a lot of healing cap, so your pots heals more, and then your resistance to status effects or whatever shit. Yeah, and then the offense is all like the extra cap, your raw damage, all that good stuff, right? Maxing out these two alone will probably skyrocket your character in terms of power very, very easily. If you have like bare minimum sigils or whatever, right? If you max out your offense and defense, you're probably sitting at like 13 or 14k already. Super easily. 13 or 14k power, I mean. Because apparently the power at the bottom there is, I don't know, kind of important, I guess, to gauge how strong your character is in a way. And then we also have the weapons as well to go like part of the customization. Each weapon that you get, these supposedly masteries you get, are applied globally to your character. So even though you're using, like right now I'm using Lord of Flames, right? Even though I'm using Lord of Flames, my other weapons like Antwerp or Joy something, like all these weapons, all this stuff, all these health points, attack, whatever, they're all taken in effect as well. It's fucking, you eventually want to max everything. And then we all grow and love the stupid rings about the character in the OG. It's the same about it here too. We have the shit ring, we have the not so shit ring, and then we have the red ring, right? In the OG GBF. That's basically what this means. But I guess the RNG is still somewhat similar as the OG, but it's a little bit better in a way, because the level, like you see the how many stars is kind of determines on how many levels are there. It's a lot easier for you to have like a higher tier kind of thing. It's kind of the same as like the OG2 in a way, but I feel like it rolls, is less RNG in a way, I feel like, because at least you always get four bonuses, right? You know, it's not like the old one in the OG where you click on the shit ring, you only get two fucking bonuses and you get 300 attack and 150 HP. Fantastic. We all hate that shit, you know? But yeah, so we have that as well. You can upgrade your sigils. You can you also want to get the actual the sub skills of your sigils as well. You can get the ones that you want to make it even stronger, and then there's like the unique sigil for each individual character as well. Yeah, there's so many stuff, man, right? There's so much shit, and then you have like, in order for you to level them, you have to grind out a lot, because the amount of materials that requires for all these is just it's something else. I mean, it's GBF, right? What do you expect? Honestly, it's not really that different to me in GBF. Like it's I feel like if a person who was looking for like a lot of grind time in the way the game is right now, I think it's great, right? It's very, very deep, like in depth for me, you know, like a lot of I just have to go through a lot of repeats, obviously, but at the same time, it's like a lot of the I guess we'll get into that in a while. Like the bosses and stuff are just very, very interesting. Some of them are like, they have cool mechanics and all that shit. It's fantastic. But I think obviously when it comes to like repetition, I cannot really give them a positive mark on that one, because there is a lot of repetition in this one. Yeah, there is a lot of repetition. I mean, we have so many difficulties in the side quest thing, but like the amount of shit that we are fighting is mostly the same anyway. But then again, I feel like I'm very familiar with that. I didn't really care about it too much, but like I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably will be annoyed about that too in a way, because there's so many reskins, like the recolors. Yeah, there's so many of that. You have the fucking dragon, you have the fucking griffin, you have the fucking skeleton guy, you have the yeah. There's so many of them that are just basically just recolors, right? And then, not to mention, their skill set is somewhat similar from the rest as well. Like the crocodile guys, those guys have very similar skill sets, like the way the mechanic of the boss works, and it's just very similar. And then there's also like the skeleton guy. They have also very, very similar skill set as well, and they just change it a little bit. It's really not that different, honestly. It's like, I think it's only when you go further to the end on the last few difficulty or whatever, then it gets a little bit it gets a little bit spicy, because it scales pretty hard, and if you're soloing, it can be a really pain in the ass as well. So yeah, there's that. Some boss fights can be very, very fun and entertaining to me, but some of them are a pain in the ass to farm. It's like, if you're doing it as like a one-time thing, yeah, I think that's fine, right? For me. But like, if you need to do that over and over again, that fight fucking sucks. I'm looking at you, Vulcan. Yeah, fuck that guy, by the way. Holy shit. Yeah, other than to emphasize a little bit more of the gameplay, the more I played it, right, the more I'm starting to see that this game actually kind of resembles more to God Eater in a way. Yeah, it actually feels more like that, because it's a lot more fast paced. The characters doesn't feel like they're wielding like there's no like super heavy slowness like how Monster Hunter tends to be, but a lot of times I also tend to label Monster Hunter God Eater as a Monster Hunter clone anyway, because they all kind of follow like a very, very similar vibe anyway. It's just that because Monster Hunter kind of popularized the whole thing about hunt monsters, go back to hub, hunt monsters, go back to hub thing. It's kind of like they kind of popularize the damn thing. So I feel like it's much easier to kind of like give that as an example, right? You know what I mean? So that's why it's still basic. That's why I kind of label it as like a much faster paced version of Monster Hunter, right? Which is technically kind of like God Eater in a way. So yeah, that's kind of how I gathered from like the whole gameplay, the extra with the customization and shit. It's crazy how much time I spent, and I still not even close to finishing my very first guy yet. But to be fair, I guess that's also kind of like unfair to say, because I soloed majority of my playthrough for Relink, right? Because there is like, it goes from hard difficulty for the side quest. It goes from what's that? I feel like I could show you, but I feel like that's kind of like a spoiler, so I'm just going to do it from the difficulty. Yeah, so as you can see here, there's easy, normal, hard, very hard, extreme goes to maniac, and then proud, right? There's a lot of difficulties in this game, and like I basically soloed my progress, right? I've just been soloing all the way until I unlock proud. Yeah, then only I started to able to co-op a bit, because my first 4 days of playing this game were pretty ass when it comes to online, because they have like a lot of issues with matchmaking on the PS5 or whatever. And yes, if you're wondering, I'm playing on the PS5. They recently opened up a patch earlier today, when I'm not on the day I'm recording. They literally updated the game, and now finally it feels like I can finally play online. I think it only started like yesterday. I can actually kind of play online a little bit, like, because it was really, really bad for me to co-op, and this game is such a heavy emphasis on playing it via co-op. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it's like, dude, you want to play a co-op game, but then at the same time there's no one to co-op. But then it doesn't help the fact that my actual friends took fucking forever to start the goddamn game. But yeah, we don't really talk about that. I think I mentioned majority of the actual good stuff already, right? Like, there's so much shit that you can grind, you can customize. The gameplay is great, the music is great, the story is enjoyable for me in any way, shape or form. And probably it's time for me to go into the things that I didn't really like so much. Okay, I also probably want to emphasize like this about this again, because I also mentioned this in the impressions. For this particular game, if you're brand new to the Granblue franchise and you really, really want to understand more about the Granblue franchise or lore, like the characters, like you're from, like you came from Versus and whatnot, you actually get to see way more lore about a lot of the characters here, how the world kind of works in GBF and shit. I mean, you have like the Lyria's notes, right? It's kind of like your glossary thing, like a journal thing. You can basically see everything. Like, you just go to like you just go to the character Miss Papagat. Yeah, so it's like you have all these, right? You get to understand like each and the individual characters and shit. So you have all, like, basically all that. Because, you know, like, quite a few games doesn't really actually have all this in-game. So it's actually really nice to have that, honestly. To really learn about the Granblue world and all that shit, you know? To me, it's good, right? But, okay, this is a big but. End of the day, you have to remember that this is a JRPG. And we all know how JRPGs tend to be, right? For those who are not familiar, take the Tales of franchise as a prime example of that. A lot of like the banter, the people talking to each other, a lot of times they just say out the skill names, they go Ogi and say all that shit, you know, there's a lot of that stuff, right? Not a lot of people actually like that, but it's a very, very typical thing to have in a JRPG. It's actually very normal. That's how a lot of people really like that because of that too, in a way. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure not a lot of people would like that. And I'm pretty sure a certain bald head guy also said the exact same thing. He doesn't like any of that shit. He only likes the gameplay. Literally called that shit out when I first saw like his first impressions of the game when he was playing it too. The other thing that I actually really fucking hate though about this game is the fucking Fate episodes. I really hate the fucking Fate episodes in this game. Like, dude, look at the amount I have been playing for so long. I haven't completed everything yet. Why? Because I'm too lazy to fucking read sometimes. There's way too much text in the Fate episode. Literally, this wall of text, one picture, done. I mean, you see like the text just go like da 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 and then finish, da 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 da, finish, da 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 da, finish. Okay, then go next. This shit is fucking boring. Why didn't they do it like similar like how the OG GBF is? There's some particular Fate episodes, or at least the Fate episodes in the OG GBF in the recent date has been very, very like you can actually see is something, right? You can see like there's animation and shit and all that stuff. At least there's something going on. It's not like a goddamn fucking picture and then it's just done, right? And not to mention, some of them has like actual like the battles thing. Like as you can see, there's a boss here for Katarina. So it's like they talk, wall of text, one picture, fight. After the fight, new picture, wall of text again. Like, come on, dude. Put in more effort for that one, dude. Like, what the fuck? It's so stupid sometimes. Yeah, this dude, the Fate episode is the one that triggered me the most. The one I probably hate the most is that I hate the camera sometimes. Not sometimes. I hate the camera a lot. Despite me turning off everything, this stupid camera shit, right? I turn off everything. They still fucking move that shit, man. Like out of nowhere, a lot of times my camera just go upwards, and then there are a lot of times that every time when I'm like, there's so much shit happening, right? The guy's coming in, and then all of a sudden your camera just, oh, guy's coming, but the things is still happening. You can still control your character. Shit is still moving, but your camera is like, I'm like, dude, and they don't let you move away. You have to like stare there for a bit, and then it's like, okay. After a while, you go back, and then you kill more shit, and then it does that again. Like, bro, what the fuck? That thing annoys the living fuck out of me, man. It's like, dude, let me fucking control, bro. I can understand if you do that kind of shit if it's in a cutscene, but it's not a cutscene. Why? Why you do stuff like that? It's so freaking annoying. Holy shit. Alright, what else do I hate about this game? Suddenly my brain went empty. I don't know, I really enjoy most of my time playing this game though, because I probably think like, yeah, I think this part is just more like, because I've been playing the OG GBF for so fucking long. I've been streaming OG GBF for almost 10,000 fucking hours. I just think that like, everything about this I'm so familiar with. I see all the Easter eggs, I see all the tidbits and shit, all the banter and stuff. Everything about it, I just like, I can't seem to hate it, you know? I see that, I just fucking, goddamn, man. And plus, I fucking cried at the end of goddamn credits, dude. I don't think I've ever cried on stream too, but that was the first time that happened. I can't believe it, dude. I was in tears, dude, when I saw the credits. Like, holy shit, man. I was just so like, the amount of emotions that I was feeling at that time was just like overwhelming like shit, just because like I can't believe the game is actually here. Like, man, I waited for this for so fucking long. And then I know a lot of people will probably say that, was it worth waiting for that long? I mean, to me, end of the day, if I'm having this much fun, I've been playing this much in 6 days, I'm pretty sure it's definitely worth my time, man. I spent 80 hours in the game already so far, and I'm about to spend a whole fucking lot more. Why? Because that, I don't know, it's fun as fuck, dude. And then the whole part of you partying with other players, partying with your actual friends and shit, that just adds up a whole lot more of the fun factor to me, you know? Same goes like now that my friends kind of just started, I can kind of help him, and that shit is fun, right? I always liked, like, you know, partying with friends and shit, you know, just having like a banter with that your friends and all that stuff is always going to be fun to me no matter what, because, you know, that just adds up, you know what I mean? So yeah, to me it was worth it, just because that end of the day I spent so much time playing the game to the point that I feel like it's worth it. For a lot of other people who are not familiar with GBF, I feel like they are going to be very, very confused, and like in some particular spots, they just go like, oh, the boss looks kind of cool, sure, moving on. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of the players who are relatively new to GBF are not really familiar with them. They just go like, oh shit, this is fun. They like the gameplay or whatever, but everything else they go like, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel that way. Because I do think that that's how the game kind of feels like too, for if you put it into like a normal person rather than a person like myself who has been playing the game like since fucking forever, you know. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of like my overall like feelings towards this game, like how people may actually see this game as. To be honest with you, I actually had way more complaints about this game, but I think I already kind of mentioned most of them in my first impressions already. If you want, you can just go watch my first impressions video. But all in all, if I were to rate this in terms of like numbering, probably it's not even going to be a 9. I think it's probably at most for me, despite me loving GBF like fucking almost a decade now, probably it's gonna be 8 at most. That's probably my highest I'm gonna give it. But to me, I never give a perfect score to any game anyway, because there's no game out there to me that is perfect. There's always going to be like some flaw, no matter how bad, no matter how good the game is, there's always going to be like a tiny flaw. And because of that, there's no way a game is perfect, right? There's no such thing as a perfect game. You know, to me, there's no such thing. There is a good game, yes. A very good game, yes. But there's no perfect game. So there's no such thing as 10 out of 10. So to me, even though it's 8 out of 10, I fucking love the game, dude. I fucking love it. But this is just me being biased, honestly. But if I were to say to an actual new person who have no idea about the game, and if you're actually into like the whole God Eater kind of like play style, and if you just want to hunt monsters with your friends and stuff, I do think this is actually a really fun game. There's so much customization you can do on your character, and then you can do on your next or whatever character, how many characters you want to farm or whatever. There's that. And then playing with your friends is always going to be fun no matter what. And there's a lot of like big challenges in this game, obviously, especially if you want to do like challenge runs or whatever. There's always that too. Yeah, there's always that too. Yeah, I fucking love the game, dude. But and yeah, I guess yeah, chat is true though. End of the day, unbelievable Sugoi game. Yep, that's the game in a nutshell. Yep, you gotta love Ciro's parrot, because you're gonna hear a lot of that when you're actually going through the end game. Yep, you'll be hearing that a lot, man. I just find that really funny every time I hear that. It's fucking funny as well. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna conclude my supposedly GBF Relink review. I fucking love it, and yeah, I think it's a really, really fun game to play with your friends. I honestly even think that if you want to play solo as well, I do think playing solo is really, really fun too, in terms of just progressing, gearing up your characters and shit. The AI is actually kind of dumb in some way, but I think most of the time they are actually pretty okay as well, just because that they can dodge here and there quite a bit and stuff. So it's alright. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have like way more shit to mention about this, but I'm kind of tired. I've been here for like 13 hours already in the stream, so I guess my brain is a little bit mush now, and plus I'm fucking hungry. I haven't eaten for like the last 11 hours now, so there's that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed Relink. If you are playing the game, yeah, let me know what you think as well in the comments below and all that stuff. I really love the game, man. I just do. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy this review or whatever. If you think it's great or whatever, you give it a like and share or whatever stuff. And yeah, this is a perspective coming from a perspective or a person who has been playing this game for almost a decade. The OG, I mean. Yeah. And I'm not a seasonal, okay? For those new players, if you think I'm a seasonal, I'm not. I'm just waiting for Superfar to appear right now in the OG, and then we're gonna go hard on that one. I am really looking forward to that one. Alright, so yeah, I love y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video, which is probably gonna be OG related.